You probably drive past one every single day. A small building, a few machines, some water, a little soap. Honestly, there is nothing all that impressive about it on the outside. But behind those simple doors is a carefully designed economic engine that has quietly created millionaires all across America. Welcome to This Explainer, where we're going to peel back the layers on this everyday business. Okay, let's dive right in with a question that might sound a little absurd at first, but gets straight to the core of a quiet fortune being made right in your neighborhood. What makes a simple car wash worth millions of dollars? How did a service that most of us barely even notice become one of the absolute most attractive investments in the country? Well, today, we're uncovering the secret economics of this industry and showing you exactly why this operation is a powerful money-making machine hiding in plain sight. Now, consider this staggering number. Some local standalone car washes are quietly generating over $2 million a year in revenue. And the really shocking part about that, they don't manufacture any products, they aren't managing huge warehouses, they don't sell expensive items sitting on shelves, they literally just clean cars. A customer drives in, a machine does almost all of the work, and the money just keeps flowing. When we contrast a really complex traditional business like a restaurant or a big retail store with a modern car wash, you immediately see the beauty of an operation that requires almost zero inventory and very little labor. Think about it. A restaurant needs chefs, servers, managers, and constant food inventory that can spoil. A car wash? It just needs water, soap, and machines. There's no such thing as a customer sending a soapy car back to the kitchen because it's undercooked. They're in, they're out in less than 10 minutes. So, to understand how these numbers get so astronomically high, we have to look at how the industry shifted away from one-off payments and completely embraced the exact same model as Netflix, your local gym, or your favorite software company. This was the pivotal light bulb moment for the industry. The biggest money in the car wash business isn't actually in washing cars. It's in owning a system that can make money again and again and again. And this unlocks the holy grail for investors: recurring revenue. You see, the car wash industry has massive, extremely consistent demand. Unlike buying a new smartphone where you wait years to upgrade, cars get dirty constantly. Rain, mud, road salt, dust, nature literally guarantees the problem is going to return over and over again. And a recurring problem creates recurring revenue. Years ago, this was just a scattered, weather-dependent service. You visited maybe once a month, paying $15 or $20. But then, companies introduced the monthly membership. Now, a customer might pay $30 a month for unlimited washes. The customer feels like they're getting a fantastic deal, but the business gains something incredibly valuable: predictable, automatic income. They have thousands of customers paying every single month automatically, even if some of those customers never actually drive through the wash. Think about your own busy life. You work long hours, you have a family, you have hobbies. The absolute last thing you want to do on a Saturday is spend an hour scrubbing your vehicle, buying cleaning products, and wrestling with dirty vacuums. You don't just buy a car wash, you buy the ultimate convenience of an effortless 3-step transaction. Step 1, you drive in. Step 2, the machines do the work. Step 3, the fee is auto-charged. It's totally frictionless. Now, the really crucial point here is that this subscription money is flowing into a business that is almost entirely run by machines, rather than a massive human payroll. The biggest car wash companies understand one absolute rule: the more predictable the process, the easier it is to scale. A traditional hand wash business depends heavily on people, which brings a ton of complexity. But automated machines, they don't take breaks, they don't call in sick, and they definitely don't need to be trained every single week. While there are certainly expenses, things like property costs, equipment maintenance, utilities, and insurance, the minimal need for human labor is a total game changer. Employees are only really needed to guide customers, maintain the equipment, and keep the property clean. The machines handle all the heavy lifting. And in business, fewer complex operational expenses translate directly into much, much higher profit margins. This creates a really powerful financial dynamic called operating leverage. Because the building already exists, the machines are already running, and the skeleton crew is already working, adding more customers doesn't mean you have to add the same amount of costs. Once you cover those fixed expenses, almost every single dollar from an additional monthly subscriber goes straight to the bottom line as pure profit. Let's do some quick math to see that operating leverage in action. Imagine an express car wash in a busy market serving just 300 customers a day. At a $15 average spend, that is $4,500 daily. Fast forward over a 30-day month, and you're easily scaling past $100,000 in a single month. Now add thousands of recurring monthly memberships on top of those daily walk-ins, and those annual revenue numbers become incredibly impressive. Because of this predictable, massive cash flow and super simple operations, professional investment companies have shown huge interest in recent years. Wall Street absolutely wants in. Private equity firms aren't just looking at these mom-and-pop shops as places to wash cars anymore. They are acquiring them as highly stable, cash-producing assets. Wealthy entrepreneurs are spending millions to buy up independent washes all across America. When you consolidate independent locations into massive chains, you unlock some incredible advantages. You're buying expensive equipment at steep discounts. You're sharing marketing costs across the entire network. You're collecting customer data on a huge scale. And most importantly, you're offering universal memberships that work across an entire region, exactly like a major gym chain or hotel network. But there is a second hidden asset beneath the suds, and it's a secret beginners often overlook: the real estate. These investors aren't just acquiring cash flow from subscriptions, they're acquiring prime commercial real estate. Successful car washes are inherently positioned on busy roads, right in high-traffic commercial zones with growing populations. So as these cities expand, the physical land the car wash sits on becomes an incredibly valuable, appreciating asset all on its own. Beyond the real estate and the math, the smartest operators know they're actually tapping into basic human psychology. They're selling an emotion. People treat their vehicles as an extension of themselves. Driving a clean car out of that tunnel just feels good, right? It creates a real sense of pride. A customer might not be able to afford luxury items every week, but that shiny, clean vehicle creates immense daily satisfaction. By connecting with those emotions, these businesses create incredibly loyal members. However, I should point out, despite how lucrative all this sounds, building a modern express wash from zero is incredibly difficult. You don't just put up a hose and a sign anymore. It requires millions in upfront capital. You have to secure expensive, high-traffic land. You have to buy advanced wash tunnels that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you have to navigate incredibly complex city permits, water usage regulations, and environmental rules before a single car ever rolls onto your lot. Because the stakes are so high, the margin for error is razor thin. The industry looks simple from the outside, but if you get the details wrong, it collapses quickly. A bad location where customers can't easily enter or exit will destroy the business. Poorly maintained equipment that forces someone to wait 30 minutes for a wash they expect in 10 will send them running straight to the competition. Today's customers demand speed and a flawless experience. Ignore that, and your recurring revenue vanishes overnight. To prevent those failures and streamline the experience even further, the future of the industry is rapidly pushing towards total frictionless automation. Car washes are introducing advanced tech like license plate recognition and sophisticated mobile apps. The goal is that a customer simply drives up, the cameras read their plate, recognize their active membership, and start the wash sequence immediately. The customer never even has to roll down their window to pay. It's brilliant. Ultimately, the story of the modern car wash teaches us what investors call the power of boring. People often think they need to invent a complicated tech startup, a viral product, or some revolutionary invention to build incredible wealth. But a car wash proves that you really don't. A car wash isn't glamorous, it doesn't make major headlines, but it solves a common, everyday problem beautifully. And that brings us to this idea. Boring businesses can sometimes be the most profitable businesses. While a flashy, trendy startup might get a ton of initial attention before completely disappearing in a few years, a simple business that generates reliable, predictable cash flow by solving a consistent problem will build an incredibly solid foundation for long-term success. The next time you drive past that completely ordinary building with a few machines and some soap, you're going to see it very differently. You'll see a recurring revenue system, a strategic real estate play, and a highly scalable automated operation. And it really leaves you with one fascinating question to think about. If this much wealth is being generated by simply washing cars, what other billion-dollar businesses are hiding in plain sight, just waiting for you to look a little closer?